We had a chance to play through the demo for Metaphor, the upcoming RPG from Atlas, and the game definitely shows promise as a potluck of mechanics and systems from their previous hits. The world of Metaphor feels like a cross between Attack on Titan, Game of Thrones, with a pinch of the Persona flair thrown in. When the king of the mighty kingdom has been killed under mysterious circumstances and the prince has gone missing, the various races, who of course do not like each other, are starting to have some turmoil and perhaps a civil war. But the spirit of the late king appears and offers an edict that whoever can earn the support of most of the citizens within a certain amount of time will become the next king. Will it be some random person? The evil Lord Louis, who's perhaps the one who's orchestrating everything, or the no-name protagonist of our story? All the while, there are monsters that are these grotesque creatures called humans, causing trouble throughout the land. As I said in the stinger, Metaphor's gameplay feels like a potluck of mechanics and systems from Atlas's previous games, especially some of their side stories and spin-offs. To wit, you have the ability to initiate combat using a first strike out in the field. You have different archetypes, aka classes / personas / demons, each with their own skills, as well as strengths and weaknesses to certain attack types. And yes, this game certainly features the press turn combat system of the SMT games, and as with these games, ignore it at your own peril. What Metaphor does do is that each system is given kind of a unique twist or spin to distinguish it from the other games. One thing that I really do like is how the open world kind of first strike happens. In previous games, you just strike the enemy and you get your first turn or critical hit. Here, when you hit an enemy in the back, you'll build up kind of a break gauge, and once it fills all the way up, you can then initiate combat for that first strike. All the while, the enemy is trying to hit you, and if they get that hit, they get the first strike. As an additional twist, when an enemy's health is, or their level is below yours to a certain point, when you get that hit in the open field, it is a one-shot kill on the enemy in the group, and you get whatever rewards, experience, and so on for free without having to go into turn-based combat. This is a welcome change, as it really is going to be playing into effect with how the archetypes work. As you play through the game and meet more people, you unlock more of the archetypes. Each one is a class that comes with different skills, and again, if you've played any SMT game, these skills should feel very familiar to you, especially the ones that grant buffs or remove enemy buffs, hint hint wink wink on those. From our time with the demo, we didn't get a chance to see how archetypes evolve, because the kind of archetype page shows a whole mess of them, as well as kind of a tiered system. Unlike previous games, there doesn't seem to be a consequence for switching archetypes, in that one character is going to be like the chosen mage, one character is going to be the chosen healer, etc. Instead, you're free to alter them as you see fit. It will affect what gear characters can wear, as all the armor, swords, shields, and whatnot are going to be archetype specific. But this is an SMT game, and what that means is proper tactics, and knowing what skills and archetypes to bring in will help you more than just buying the best and fanciest gear. And as another interesting touch, you can now take a skill from one archetype and spending kind of the in-game like special experience, you can transfer that skill to any other archetype for that character. So I can only begin to imagine some of the optional bosses and super challenges that will require you to build that perfectly optimized teams of buffers, debuffers, and getting those right damages in. Now, the difficulty of the game is going to be, again, your standard SMT. When I was playing this on hard difficulty, they also gave enemies more turns per combat, which I thought that was a very nifty take on, rather than just bumping up stats. So I don't know how much they do going up and down the various difficulties. Now, if I had any concerns about Metaphor, the pacing is still incredibly slow. Expect your first hour to be filled with exposition, characters narrating their motivations, and lots and lots of cutscenes, including the standard I am summoning my main character energy to get my superpower moment. And we didn't really get to kind of see when the game really opens up. This is a large demo. It's actually considered more of a prologue than anything else, as your progress will transfer to the main game. But everything that I saw from this is looking very promising. And this does feel like a really healthy mix of different mechanics and systems from previous games without the baggage of having to start playing the fifth Persona, whatever the heck we're up to in the SMT franchise. I am curious to see kind of, I guess, how far they're going to take the various mechanics and systems further. I'm really interested to see how the evolved or the more enhanced versions of the archetypes will play, as well as what additional systems they'll throw in. As we got near the end of our play session, we did get kind of another element unlocked that shows you how much the people are supporting you at the moment. And I'm wondering how much that will play into the main game. So with everything said, Metaphor is shaping up to be a very stylized and another interesting game from Atlus. If you are a Persona or SMT fan, then it should be pretty much a given that you're going to check this one out. And if you're someone who's been eyeing these games from afar, but found it a little too overwhelming to jump into a major franchise, then this could be the perfect springboard for your SMT-ness. With that said, again, this was played using the prologue demo. If you'd like to see me play the full game, let me know in the comments down below. For any SMT or Persona fans watching, what did you think of the demo as well? Thank you for watching, and see everyone in the next video. And with that said, take care. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.